What's up? DJ Bobby here. We were talking about Mecha Kaiju again. This is part 2. Alright, stuff that I forgot to mention real quick before I forget. This is like third or fourth take. Sorry if I get rambly. Here we go. Alright, disadvantage. I wanted to implement the disadvantage rule from D&D. So I was saying in the first video that I was stealing a lot from bounty hunters. Bounty hunters has a do or don't system. You can only do stuff if you have the ability to do it. If you don't have the ability to do it, you can't do it. There are no die rolls in that game too, so it's way different. It's very. I recommend checking it out. I want to get it. I want to get a physical copy. That's why I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't seen one. I think maybe the booklets are still out there somewhere. Hopefully I can find some. Anyways, check it out. But alright, this game I wanted a gray spot, a area where you could do something, you could try to do something, but you're most likely going to fail. So, my game is, if you have the ability to do it, you can roll normally. And a normal roll in my game is you're pretty likely gonna be able to do whatever you're gonna be able to do. And I wanted to implement the disadvantage rule from D&D to this. So if you don't have the ability, you have to roll with disadvantage, which means that you're probably more likely not going to be able to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Now, in my game, you might still do what you want to do, because of the roll mechanics. Because I think it's really hard to not do anything in my game. You know, you'd have to roll a 1 not to do anything, essentially. And, you know, a 2 to 5, I think, or something like that, something crazy like that, you still are able to do what you want to do, but something bad happens, you know what I mean? So there's still a story element to, no matter what you roll, you're still gonna hit, but something you might not like happens, or something like that, or you're not still gonna hit, maybe you make the jump, or maybe you make the climb, but maybe you, I don't know, slip and, like, you hit a branch, fall and you hit a branch or something like that, and you take some damage, or, I don't know. You can make up a number of situations up to fit whatever your need, you know what I mean? There's a lot of creative room to work there. Okay. So the disadvantage system I wanted to implement. I also wanted to mention that whenever you level up, you get armor points and frame points. I'm not for sure on the amount yet. These are just working amounts so far. Maybe with advantage. Alright. The D12 system, I just want to mention that it also works the same way outside of battle as it does inside of battle, except outside of battle, a 1 is just a critical failure, and a 12 is just a critical success. Come on, man. I hate being left-handed, because phones are, like, built for right-handed people too, which is so dumb. Alright. Where was I? Here we go. Alright. So, creating your own mecha or kaiju. I came up with this with my friend Aaron. Shout out to Aaron if he's watching or listening. Some some of these ideas are directly from him, so big props to him. All right, so I whenever we were talking about this, we came up with the idea that there could be different body types and different parts and skills. Now, I was thinking like there might be different body types, but even if you have a different body type, like let's say you don't have a humanoid body type, I think you still have to conform to the 6-point crit box system that I created. I created this crit box system as it's mentioned right below this, but okay. So the body types we're not gonna really mention. I think that idea is just kind of axed out. You can have any body type, but it's still going to have 6 points of mounting points unless you have some ability that says you might have additional mounting points or something like that. You know what I mean? That may be an ability. Okay, but you get 6 mounting points on your kaiju or mech, and what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say let's talk about the crit box system, because I guess that's really the next thing that I have to talk about. All right, so like your abilities are you equip your skill parts slash abilities slash parts, skills slash abilities, whatever you want to call them. I haven't decided on a name yet, like I said. All right, but you mount them to different parts of your body. So let's say if you have you can mount, I don't know, razor scales to your arms, and it would give you, I don't know, probably a damage die, to do damage whenever you hit, so you can do like armor damage. You know what I mean? All right. So that would be attached to the arm. You could attach it to anywhere, though. You could attach it to your head, your legs, anywhere. And how the crit box works. So let's say it's attached to the arm, to your right arm, because I think you have like one on each arm. One on each arm, each leg, one in the body, one on the head. That makes 6. So, how does it work? You roll, if you hit a 12, you crit, and you take 1 point to frame points, aka structure points, from Battletech. And then you roll on this crit table. The crit table is like 1 and 2 hits like the left leg, 2 and 3 hits the right leg, 5 and 6 hits the body, 6 and 7 hits the left arm, 8 and 9 hits the right arm, and 10, well, I don't know. Anyways, it would be divided up in 2s. Each 2 hits one body part. I've tried saying that like 3 different times, and each time it comes out wrong, and I don't know how. But you get the point. Like each 2 points, you hit one body part. You go on to the next point. All right. And All right. So what happens whenever you crit on a body point? Uh, well, it depends on which body point it is, right? So let's say the arm, like we were talking about, it would. Uh, I think I have that written down saying, uh, or yeah, arm -5 to damage. There we go. So you just now if you tried to, roll damage, you have to roll with -5 damage each time. That's for the battle. You know what I mean? The all these status ailments can be healed with rest. I think it's not like a survival heavy hex crawling exploration game. All right. So, that's how the crit box works. Um, the I think the skills. Um, okay. So I didn't explain that each. I guess each if you crit on each body part, you have to hit 3 times before it disables that limb and all abilities that are on the limb or skills or parts or whatever you call them. It disables them for the match or for the battle or whatever until you like rest or something like that. Um, I think I think that was my cleanest. This was my cleanest one yet, because all the others, I can explain the story to you a little bit if you want, but uh, all the other stuff I've already explained. The abilities. Okay. Well, I will see you guys in another video, and hopefully it will be me, you know, in a way more condensed fashion, showing you guys how to play. Until then.